What up, YouTube? I got a good one for you. And you probably have already noticed this, but I don't think it's necessarily been properly laid out as well as it could be. And I'm not sure if I can even do it myself. But this concept is basically about the nice guy being the bad guy is made up. Alright? Now, you have a lot of these modern women making up stories about the nice guys not really being a good guy, and he's secretly the bad guy and all this other garbage. But I think it's all made up. And part of it is modern women need a scapegoat. And they need a scapegoat to justify their bad decisions, all right? So remember that. Modern women always need a scapegoat to justify their bad decisions. Because right now, there's two different types of women. And historically, you used to have traditional women and you had bad women. And the traditional women were pretty much the ones who basically made the world go round. And still, in a lot of ways, do. But they are losing ground to these modern women. Because the modern women seems to be a nice fad that everybody's trying to go through and take a hold to. But even the idea and the concept of a nice guy is made up. It's not made up by the traditional woman. It's made up by the modern woman, or the woman who's trying to be modern. Because you have a lot of traditional women who really don't know who they are. And then when it comes down to it, they still want the traditional attributes of a relationship. But they also want they want this modern concept, which is really unrealistic and really not even real. But when you had the split between the modern woman and the traditional woman come to be, now we ran into a situation where modern women could not properly justify their decisions. And the only way they could justify their decisions was to make up something. All right? The concept of feminism brought this thing about all men are being bad and evil and treat all women, subservient and all this other garbage. Now, you may have some men that do that, but I think it's very few and far between. But knowing that the majority of men are just good men, nice guys, they could not justify their decision. You cannot justify feminism without a bad guy, period. But the problem is there's not enough bad guys to justify feminism. So what I believe feminism did is something that you see all over the place, and you probably don't even realize it. But we'll just go into the legal court system right now. You have a lot of women who will divorce their husbands, but they will claim abuse. All right? They'll claim child abuse, they'll claim emotional abuse, they'll claim financial abuse, they'll claim all these different things that the husband supposedly did, physical abuse that he probably did not do. And they will go as far as actually setting a man up to a point to where I believe these women will actually aggravate a man, a good man, to the point to where he is so upset that he does actually do something. All right? Or he does something or says something that resembles or may imply that he may do something worse that he probably would never do. He's just talking out of the heat of the moment because he's upset at this woman who keeps picking at him. So now you go into the legal system and you got these women claiming that their husband, we'll just say their husband, abused the kid. The husband tried to punch the wife or tried to beat up the wife. And so now the legal system is looking at the man like he's the bad guy, because they only have the word of the woman and they have the word of the man, and or sometimes excuse me, have the video. But in today's world, they also have this thing called the legal system, which, if you actually look at the representation of the legal system, it's a woman who's a blind woman. She's holding weights, so she's not supposed to make any judgment. However, she does. That blind woman, for some reason, recognizes female voices over male voices, ironically. And we have this thing called Believe All Women. I'm sure you guys have already heard about that. But this Believe All Women thing is not legal. It never was. You're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. You're actually supposed to weigh the evidence and not necessarily believe one person over another. If you have a situation where you have one person's word against another, you really can't make a judgment, because you don't know if that person is actually telling the truth or not. Either one of them can. You got to have some type of witness, but that's not the case. But in a situation where you have Believe All Women, men by default are the bad guy. So now you have women who are trying to prove feminism with no actual factual bad men to prove feminism with. So now they make it up in the legal system. They make it up in any situation you can think of. You can see videos all over the place where you'll have a woman talking on the line. She'll be in a man's house. She will call the police, claim abuse, while the man is on the phone. He recording her laying on the bed. Oh, he just hit me. He ain't did jack. He up there videotaping her, but she's up here lying. And it's actually an accepted practice in the legal system. And the only way you can actually even you can even fight against it is if you have your own videos, right? So back to my point, the concept of a nice guy being a bad man is a made up concept, and it's shown in the legal system. It's shown every time you see a man that's falsely accused of doing some assault against a woman, whether it be physical, sexual, whatever. That stuff is what I'm talking about. Oh, I'm not talking about the real stuff. The real stuff, that needs to be prosecuted to the highest extent, because that's just the way it is, Men are supposed to protect women. But in this day and age, I want you to look at this and look at different videos where you see women, these modern women, come on and they actually say that men are bad. Nice guys, not just any guys, nice guys are bad. And they're saying that nice guys are secretly vicious and all this other stuff. They'll come up with some things saying they're selfish. They're going to be the type of guys who oppress women some type of way. They're controlling, all this other stuff. But all these false accusations actually go back to a situation where that concept is made up. Just like women, there are some women who make up lies to get more of a legal stronghold over the man, over a good man. Because you can't just divorce a good man. You got to have a reason to divorce a good man. Because if you don't have a good reason to divorce a good man, you look like a bad woman. Just like you got to have a reason to dump a good guy or a nice guy. You got to have some reason. And if you can't find anything, you make it up. And that's what these women are doing. They're making it up. Now, the sad part about it is you got some of these guys over here. They're on the bandwagon. They're getting on the bandwagon with these modern women. And they are accusing regular men or nice guys are being bad men because of X, Y, and Z. You don't hold your frame. You don't you cater to your woman and all this other garbage, which is it's a bunch of garbage. There's another words you can probably say for this, but to me, they are actually pandering to these women, and they know for a fact that there are men that they know of. They got friends that they know of who have been done wrong by these so-called modern women. They'll sit up there and straight up lie to a judge. They'll come up with false evidence to a judge, and just in order to get custody of the kids, to get more child support, to get whatever they can, because they can use the justification of believe on women because the legal system allows it, and they gain power. They gain what they want from. They can manipulate whoever. They can even manipulate other men because of this. Oh, he hurt me, and then you got 15 other guys who will come up here and actually defend this woman for a lie. They don't know, but because they're so hung up in that belief, they actually believe all women, and they don't even stop to consider that maybe this woman is an actual liar. Maybe she is manipulating the situation because she knows men will actually come up and help her if she asks, or if she screams, or if she cries. All right. I mean, women have started wars. Communities have been massacred because of women's tears. All right. And that same thing, that's the same issue we're dealing with all these women. Whenever you see a video of a woman criticizing a nice guy, I want you to think about this video. And I want you to think about what women do, some women, not all women, some women do in the court system to gain power over their husband, their baby daddies, or whatever. They're manipulating the system by telling lies. Coming up, they'll actually create situations to where they make the man mad to look like he's more vicious than he is in order to gain power in the legal system. All right. So whenever you see these videos about women saying, "Oh, the nice guy is not really the bad guy," and even these dudes who are saying the same thing, y'all are pandering. I don't care what you say, you are a pander. I don't care if you think you're the baddest joker on the block, you are pandering to woman if you believe every woman. All right. You are a pander. I don't care about how much of a bad boy you think you are. I don't care how much of a good man you think you are. If you're not really considering the possibility this woman is cheating the system and cheating you, you are just as delusional as they are. And that's just a fact. All right? But whenever you see a situation where you hear a woman saying that a nice guy is a bad man, you need to check that. Because there is no proof. There's more proof of women being dishonest in the legal system than there is nice guys actually doing bad things. And if that was the case, you would not see you wouldn't be having people complain about nice guys doing too much nice stuff, if that was even true. How in the world, if a nice guy is so bad, how are these women and these other jokers able to manipulate them out of money, out of time, out of different resources, taking care of the kid, emotional support, all this junk they're getting out of these guys, even to a point where they can appear and call them a simp, call them a weak man. But for some reason, these same women are calling these guys evil, saying they're bad, they're manipulative, all this other junk. Think about it. These women, these modern women, are not right. All right? I ain't gonna say all of them, but a lot of them are not right. And whenever you hear a modern woman say something like a nice guy is not a good man, you need to check her, because she probably is playing you like a fool. But that's what happens when nice guys retaliate. Hope you guys have a good one. Like, comment, subscribe. If you could, leave your comments in the thing. Let me know what you think. In fact, let some of these other people know that you've been lied on by these modern women. All right? Being good to them for 15 years, 23 years, whatever. And all of a sudden your wife decides you ain't the man she wanted to be, and she come up with some stupid lie just to tell the legal system in order to get control over the kids and custody. All right, because I've actually seen it happen personally. But that's just me, and now I've seen it, but in my opinion, it was forced. It was actually manipulated for that guy to actually have that response. So I've seen that myself. So, but never believe a woman when she says a man is bad. And y'all should realize this in the first place. Even y'all jokers who's supposed to be baby daddies, you've had your own baby mamas mess with you. They've actually said stuff in the courts and accused you of stuff. And you supposed to be the man they like. For real? You gonna believe a woman that will lie to you over another man who's, trying to protect this stuff and do his stuff right, man? Come on, man. Y'all tripping. But take care.